Well, hey guys, John here. I've got and I keep forgetting to plug this in. Hold on a second here. Better. I keep forgetting plug the thing in. Okay, it's done. All right, so I'm well tonight. How are you guys doing? I've got a screening I got to go to later tonight in Hollywood, but I had about an hour to kill. I finished all my work for the day. I have about an hour to kill, so I thought, why not take advantage of that hour and play a little bit of Warcraft? So that's what I'm going to be doing. Hello to everybody who is here. Navjot, Ricardo, Tariq, Richie, Ben, on and on. Everybody who's here. Hello, everybody. How you doing? Can you do me a favor, guys, and just let me know if you're able to see and hear me okay? It looks like everything's going all right. It looks like the audio levels are all good, but I just want to make sure if you guys can say if the audio is coming through okay, if you're hearing all right. Somebody's saying, I am Groot. There you go. Just make sure to let me know if everything is looking all right. So, okay, here's where I'm at. I'm at level 17 right now. The problem is there's really hardly any quests for me right now. The quests that seem to be available, and everybody's saying, yeah, the audio's good, everything's good. Thank you guys for letting me know that. There's not a lot of quests for me available right now. And a few more quests are supposed to become available once I hit level 18. So I came down here. I'm down in the southern part here. And I'm level 17 right now. The higher the level guys you fight, the more experience points you get. So I am down here just to grind it out and kill a bunch of creatures to get at least get myself closer to leveling up. So there should be a bunch of creatures around here, like this level 17 wolf that I'm going to take care of right now. My first catch of the day. All right. Yeah. You know, just for good measure. This should finish him off. And it finishes him off. All right. Dandy. And pick up some stuff that I can sell later. I can skin these guys, which is always good. Let's see here. Ooh, 2 light leathers. Nice. Nathan Oswald just sent in a super chat. Thank you, Nathan Oswald. He wrote in, The Last of Us 2 release date is February 21st, 2020. I know. Here's the thing. They've been talking about This Is Us 2 for so long. I really expected it a lot sooner. Like, I certainly expected it not to... What are we now? In September, October, November, December, January. 5 more months? I don't know. It just feels weird that it's still that far away. You know what I'm saying? Okay, well, the one thing I got to be careful of around here is that I don't get multiple guys jumping on me at once. Because if I do, these guys are high enough level that will mess me up pretty good. Alright, there we go. Nice. Okay. And I'll get some leather from you. Yeah. Oh, medium leather. Nice. And hey, just want to throw this in here. Nick is writing in the chat board. Hey, John, I just became a Patreon supporter. Thank you so much, Nick. How do I get on the Discord service and Facebook page? Okay, just hold tight, Nick. We are just, it's funny because me and fact checker Jonathan just had a meeting today about how we're going to manage the Discord server, and you will be getting your invite to the Discord server because we were still just kind of testing it out, and so we weren't giving invites to everybody who was a Patreon supporter just yet, but you will be getting it. You will be getting that invite probably in the next day or two. You'll be getting the invite to the Discord server where you can join. For those of you who don't know, our Patreon supporters, we have just launched a Discord server, and I gotta tell you, I've been loving it. Because every day on the Discord server, we've been having a post-John Campea Show, post-show chat, and that's been a lot of fun. We've got a suggestions and ideas channel for people to leave suggestions and ideas. We have a favorite memes, movie memes channel where people can find their favorite movie memes and leave them in there. It's just been really a great time using it, but we only invited certain Patreon supporters to start just to test it out. But in the next day or two, within the next 48 hours, everybody who is a Patreon supporter will be getting their invites to it. So hopefully that answers that question, Nick. All right, Donaldo Martinez sent in a super chat. Thank you, Donaldo. My top 10, Lord of the Rings. Always good to have that on there. Dead Poet Society, Oh Captain, My Captain. 310 to Yuma. Logan, The Dark Knight. Man on Fire. You don't see, there's a little bit of Denzel for you in there. Interstellar, The Last Samurai. Haven't seen that on anybody's list yet. Gladiator and Insomnia. My actual favorite. Like, from 99% of people, when you ask them their favorite Christopher Nolan film, 99% of people will say, understandably, they'll say The Dark Knight. And for totally understandable reasons. It's the movie's amazing. One of the great films of all time. But for me, actually, Donaldo, it's Insomnia. I love Insomnia. Hilary Swank, Robin Williams, Al Pacino. I love that movie. I think it is a seriously, seriously underrated movie. And I'm very, very glad you've got that on your list. Okay, let's see. Tariq Sandhu just sent in, who wins the AFL Premiership this Saturday? I have no idea. I'll be honest with you. I don't even know what the AFL is. I don't even know what the AFL is. I know what the Premiership is. That's the Premier League, right? But I don't know much. I know nothing about soccer. I know nothing about soccer. So I'll say the team that will win is the team whose jerseys are closest to the color blue. Closest to the color blue. That's what I'll go with, because that is seriously about the extent of my understanding and knowledge of soccer in the world today. As silly as that sounds, that's pretty much the extent of it. You know, so I can't let my guard down. Okay, I'm doing all right so far. I haven't had too much, I haven't got myself in trouble yet. I haven't let anybody jump me from behind, which is good. Because that's always bad. Getting jumped from behind is bad, guys. It's bad. It's always bad. So, this movie I'm going to go see tonight. It's odd. I don't go to a lot of screeners anymore. I just don't think it's worth my time to usually drive as far away as this, because most of the press screenings are not in Burbank. But a lot of them are on the way west end of Hollywood or way west end of Los Angeles, which I just never go to those. It takes me like an hour and a half to get out there. So I end up driving 3 hours round trip just to go see a movie. It's like, nah, I can wait till the movie opens up. Thank you. But sometimes the screenings are in Hollywood, which isn't so bad. Getting into Hollywood isn't so terribly bad for me. So sometimes I'll go to the ones in Hollywood. But what happened is tonight in particular, the studio that's putting on the screening tonight is one that I backed out of going to their screenings like twice in a row. So I figured I should probably accept this invitation and go see it. So, and I don't know that I've mentioned which movie I'm seeing. Have I? I'm going to go see Abominable tonight, which is that new animated film. So I'm going to go see Abominable tonight, and hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's good. I got to admit, the trailers look pretty cute. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to see the trailers for it, but I think it looks pretty cute. So I'm going to go see that tonight, and hopefully it is worth my time. Okay, let's see if I can get this guy here. Get off a fireball. And maybe this will kill him. Nope, that didn't kill him. That killed him, though. Alright. Take his money. Take his skin. I know that sounds brutal, but takes his skin. But, hey, listen, for the rest of you, do consider, I mean, it's a shameless plug for the Patreon page, I know, but seriously, consider becoming a Patreon supporter just for joining the Discord server. And you know what? I got to credit you guys for the idea for the Discord server, because I've actually had a bunch of you guys telling me, like, for over a year, I should get a Discord server for the John Campea Show going. But it was just too busy to get going. But I finally had enough of you guys telling me you should really do it. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to take everybody's advice. We're going to give it a shot. And I'm so glad we did. Because like I said, I've been having a lot of fun on it. And I know a lot of you guys who've been joining me in the post-show chats have been enjoying it as well. So, ooh, I'm almost out of mana. I got to be careful here. All right. I should probably sit down and drink some water. Water is what gives me my mana back, and mana is what I need to cast spells. So I'm going to do that right now. What is everybody saying in here? Jacob is asking what movie. It's Abominable. I'm going to go see that. Let's see the... so people are talking about the AFL Premiership. I still don't know what the AFL Premiership is. I still don't know what it is, to be honest with you. Let's see. So, Gene is asking in there, what's the point of this game? The point of World of Warcraft is to accomplish a bunch of quests. And then the more quests you accomplish, you get experience. As you get experience, you go up in levels. As you go up in levels, you're able to acquire more spells, more toughness. You're able to buy certain more gear. Because, you know, in this game, you don't only need to have the money to buy gear, you have to be the right level to buy gear. So the higher up you go, the more gear you get, the better. So the bigger you get and the further you advance, the bigger the quests are you're allowed to get. And then you gradually start to work your way up. And as you get higher and higher and higher, you get into the main thrust of the stories as well. And you participate in that and you just keep going. So that's the point of it. Let's see. Who just wrote in there? JB Bonifacio just wrote in and wrote, let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. That's not what I meant to do at all. I don't know what I just did. Something just went crazy with my screen. Something just went absolutely nutty with my screen. As I try to get this figured out, I don't know what just happened. This is nuts. I'm going to have to end the stream, I think, to get this fixed. But let me answer this one question first. JB Bonifacio writes, I'll put J-Lo's entrance in Hustlers versus any 3-minute piece of cinema in 2019. Yes, J-Lo's entrance in Hustlers was great. Let me see here. There we go. I got things back to normal. I don't know what I did there. That went crazy. Let me see if I can do this properly now. Oh, there we go. Now I'm doing it properly. I don't know what I was doing before. Woo, that was fun. Okay. So, oh yeah. For those of you, let me return to the game. For those of you who have not seen Hustlers, first of all, I gotta say, if you didn't think the movie looked any good, I'm with you. I relate. I didn't think the movie looked all that great. And as a matter of fact, I wasn't even planning on seeing it. I mean, yeah, woo, there's going to be strippers in it. Okay, yeah, big deal. But I thought it looked like a throwaway, like a little dumb throwaway movie. And then all of a sudden, it played at, I think it was the Toronto International Film Festival played at. I think that's where it played. I think it played there at the Toronto International Film Festival. And all of a sudden, these reviews start coming out for Hustlers that were blowing people away. Like, people are saying, this movie's great. And some people even start talking about J-Lo as possibly being in contention for a Best Actress nomination. I'm like, what? So if out of nothing but pure curiosity, me and my buddy Soul, we decided to go down and watch Hustlers. And I got to tell you what, guys, I came out of that, I was very impressed. I was very impressed. Not just with J-Lo, who I don't love J-Lo as an actress. I don't mind J-Lo as an actress. I certainly don't mind her as an actress. But I've never loved her as an actress. You know what I mean? And Constance Wu, while I like her in Crazy Rich Asians, and I certainly don't mind her, I like her in Fresh Off the Boat as well. I certainly don't mind her. I have never loved her in anything. So and it's a movie about strippers. Okay. This is a movie that has heart. It's got great characters. The relationships between the characters are great and compelling. You buy into the relationships. You buy into their dynamics. It's fascinating. Like, I'm a bit of a sucker for true story movies. And so the true story aspects of it as well really worked for me. Like, they really, really worked for me. And Yeah, J-Lo's performance in it lived up to the hype. And if you get a chance to go see this movie, I never thought I would say this, but I would highly recommend going and checking out Hustlers. And yes, her intro is pretty spectacular. I don't know that I'd say it's, one of my top 3 intros of all time in a movie. Whoa, why is this thing resisting all my spells? Okay, this guy's beating me up. All right, I got him. It's all right. It's all good. Everybody relax. I'm okay. Everybody relax. Yeah, so anyway, there we go. 2 more of those. I'll take that. And I'm going to sit down and drink some water, get my health back up. All right, so Ben Rayner writes, what movie? What a predicament. Not sure. Don't know that one off the top of my head. Disco Suave writes, Jennifer Lopez is getting some Oscar buzz for Hustlers. In New York opinion, you probably meant my opinion. Best performance of her career. Oh, I'll agree with you on that completely, Disco. I've never thought, I don't think she's ever been better. I completely agree with you that this was the best performance of her career. I have very little doubt about that. Now, there are a few other of her performances that people will point to, and those are fine and those are good. But honestly, I think by a mile, this is the best she's ever done. I'm just going to say this. I don't know that I would nominate her for Best Actress this year for her role in Hustlers. But if she does get nominated for it, I won't complain. Like, that's how good she was in it. Like, I'm not saying I would nominate her, but if she got a nomination, I wouldn't complain. Because she really was fantastic in it, and I agree with you. I think it was the best performance of her career. Well, these guys are good at resisting my Ice Blast spells. Okay, I'm going to skin you. I hope you don't mind. You probably won't mind since you're dead. So that's all right. Thank you. All right, let's see. Kyle Massiero writes, watched Empire of Dreams today. Great stuff. Which one is Empire of Dreams? I can't remember. Hold on a second. Empire of Dreams. I feel like I've watched it. Oh, that's the Star Wars documentary thing. Yes. Pretty fantastic stuff. I just know it as that Star Wars documentary. Pretty fantastic stuff. No doubt. It's always good when you get that behind the scenes look stuff at anything Star Wars. Especially when a lot of us have seen a lot of the Star Wars stuff already, and when you can watch something like that... Oh, crap, I did it too early. Oh, and he resisted that. And I'm down to half health. And I got him, okay. Yeah, that's great. And if I'm not mistaken, I think... I don't even know if you have to pay to watch it. I think they might have put it on YouTube. I'm not totally sure about that, Kyle, but I think they might have put it on YouTube. Anyway, Donaldo Martinez writes, silly question. No such thing as silly questions. If you lived in a country where Disney Plus wouldn't be available at launch, would you move to the States so you can watch The Mandalorian? No. No, don't get me wrong. I am very, very excited to watch The Mandalorian, but I do not think I would move countries just to watch a TV show. I do not think I would do that. I think I would probably find some pay way to watch it. If, like I said, I have a feeling, I don't know this for sure, but I have a feeling Disney is going to make their content, particularly something like The Mandalorian, the original content. I have a feeling they're going to make that available to countries that aren't going to have... Ooh, I don't want to shoot him because then I'm going to get 2 guys on me at once. Can't take 2 guys at once. I have a feeling what they're going to do, and I don't know this for sure, is that in countries where Disney Plus isn't going to be available right away, I think what they'll probably do... Come on. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button. That's why. I think what they will do is make their content available through some other avenue. And like whether it's another, like a Netflix in that country will have the license for it, or whether like some pay service, like you can pay to watch like $2 an episode or something. I have a feeling they'll probably come up with some way. But no, as excited as I am for The Mandalorian, and I am excited for it, I am not moving countries just so I can watch a TV show, because at the end of the day, it's still just a TV show. But I am excited for it. It's going to be the first time in a long time. It's been a long time since I've done after shows. And like, I'm so excited for this thing that we're going to do that. We're going to do a Mandalorian every week. We're going to do a weekly post-show discussion, live streamed post-show discussion about the Mandalorian episode. And I haven't done that in a long time, so I'm very excited about that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's see here. Let me get this guy. And fireball, and ice, and more fireball, and die. There we go. Oops, and he didn't die. Gotta make sure you kill a guy before you skin him, everybody. There's some good life lessons. Make sure you kill a guy before you try to skin him. And I'm going to sit down and drink some water, get the thing done. Richard Karate writes, thought on Gorillas in the Mist. Oh, that's an old classic. I loved it I mean, look, it's been 15, 20 years since I've seen it, but I enjoyed Gorillas in the Mist very much. Sigourney Weaver. And I am thinking of the right one, right? That is the one with Sigourney, right? Yeah, Sigourney Weaver, that is the one. Yeah, that one, that was 88. That's 10, 20, that was 30 years ago. Yeah, so it's probably maybe been a good 20 years since I've seen that, but I love Gorillas in the Mist. Let's see here. Richard Karate, JB Bonifacio writes, and speaking of Oscar buzz, Sandler in Uncut Gems. I still haven't watched the trailer today. I know the trailer came out. I just haven't had a chance to sit down and watch the trailer today. And I'll probably do that before I leave for my screening. I'll probably sit down and watch that. But listen, I've been saying about Adam Sandler for years, ever since Reign Over Me came out, which I thought he could have gotten an Academy Award nomination for. Maybe not a win, but a nomination. I've been saying for years that for whatever reason, Adam Sandler has lost it when it comes to his comedy. His comedies now suck. I mean, let's not mince words. Let's not beat around the bush. Adam Sandler comedies suck, and they have sucked for a while. He used to be a genius. He used to be great at it, but let's call it what it is. They now suck. That said, in Reign Over Me, he proved that he's got a second career, and that is as a dramatic actor. And I'll tell you what, that guy has some truckloads of God-given natural dramatic acting talent. He's amazing. I love him in dramatic roles. And I've thought for years that he should just abandon the comedy stuff. I know he gets a lot of easy paychecks from them, but I have thought for years that he should just abandon the cheap, stupid comedies he's been doing and just do drama, because he's damn wicked good at it. Like, wicked good at it. And so I hope this thing is as good as some of the buzz going around is saying. All right. Richard Karate writes, your favorite John Wayne movie? Mine is Rio Bravo. It's okay. Look, here's the thing. It is weird to say, what I really want to say, and what I probably will say, is True Grit. But it's weird for me to say True Grit because I don't even think his True Grit is the best True Grit. I actually thought the remake of True Grit that they did with Jeff Bridges was even better. And yet, it's still, I think, my favorite John Wayne film. So, yeah, there's that. Okay, hold on a second. Gonna skin him. Gonna buff up again. I'm good for water right now, but I am gonna sit down and recharge up. Okay. Let's see. Jersey Kid writes, what movie did you watch as a kid that you loved, but when you watched as an adult, you're like, oh my God, why did I like that? Mine was Mac and Me. I don't really have any like that. I really don't. Like, I thought, somebody asked me that question once, and I thought, oh, it's probably, you know what it's probably going to be? It's probably going to be Pete's Dragon. Because I loved Pete's Dragon as a kid, but if I remember, I think it was probably just really dumb and cheesy, and that's probably the one. But then, you know what? Then I rewatched Pete's Dragon, I'm like, hell no! I still love Pete's Dragon. So, yeah, honestly, off the top of my head, I can't think of one Jersey Kid. Mac and Me, I could see that being one. I could totally see that being one. But, yeah, because for a while I thought it would have been... Oh, shoot. Sorry, I had to run because that wolf was getting really close to me. I would have thought it would be Pete's Dragon, but as it turns out, I actually really freaking like Pizza Dragon even all these years later. So I don't really have one. Okay, this is gonna be awkward. Oh, jeez, I hate it when they resist my, hate it when they resist my initial frost spell, because then they're still pretty quick. And got him. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to skin him. So, yeah, but Macamee, I can, yeah, because I think when I was younger, I think I liked Macamee too. And then, wait a minute, no, it's not all that good. Let's see. Deco Suave writes, just saw Robert Pattinson in Good Time. Wow. Yep. Good Time, High Life, Rover. The dude is just freaking awesome. And by the way, kudos to you to going back to check out some of his filmography. You know, I still remember, man. I mean, and I know what's going to happen. He's going to come out as Batman, and everybody's going to say, oh, yeah, I always knew he'd be a great Batman. It's like lies. Everybody, just like today, everybody says, oh, I always knew Heath Ledger would be a good Joker. Sure you did. Sure you did. Or people now say, oh, no, I always knew Ben Affleck would make a good Batman. Sure you did. And I know for a fact that in a couple of years, we're going to be in the exact same place where everybody's going to say, I knew Robert Pattinson would be a good Batman. Sure you did. So, but you, Deco, you actually took the step and you went and watched some of his films, and you can legitimately say, yeah, before the Batman movie came out, I knew he was going to be great because I went back and watched some of his filmography. Because the dude is a freaking great actor. He really, really is. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Oh, crap. Well, this isn't going well. This isn't going well at all. There we go. That took way more mana than I wanted it to, but oh well. Okay, get this off him. Okay, go back to the road where it's a little more safe. Sit down, mana back up. Okay, let's see. ZOMG Ruler writes Gordon casting means Pattinson not in DCU. Well, we talked about that on the show this morning. It likely means that. I mean, it's not 100% certainty, though. Like, it could just mean that, because, you know, J.K. Simmons was Commissioner Gordon in the DCEU. Now that not only is Batman replaced, now Commissioner Gordon's replaced, does that now automatically tell us that this is definitely not the DCEU Batman? I would say likely that's the case. However, we don't know that for sure. Like, it could there is a possibility they could just be saying, hey, everybody, just forget about the other Batman and the other Commissioner Gordon. This is just our Commissioner Gordon and Batman in the DCEU now. They could be doing that. That is a possibility. But I think the more likely scenario here is exactly what you just said, is that this is its own pocket universe. That this Batman takes place in its own isolated, separate universe from the DCEU. So I think that's, again, it's not 100% that's for sure, but that's the most likely scenario. Richard Karate writes, will we get another Antonio Banderas Zorro movie where he passes the mantle on to his son, Joaquin, who will be Zorro for future movies? No. Nope, not going to happen. I would totally be down for it. I like the Antonio Banderas Zorro movies. Well, I mean, I didn't love the second one, but I love the first one. Love the first one. But nah, I don't think there's any real possibility of that ever happening. Let's face it, those movies are too old. They're out of the zeitgeist now. A lot of people never saw the films. And even when they came out, particularly the second one, they didn't blow the doors off the box office, right? So the basic thing is, while I'm down for it, I'm totally down for it. The reality is, there's no reason to do it. And there are many compelling reasons not to do it. It's too old. They were never that successful at the box office. I don't know if Antonio can even do it anymore. You know what? I'll put my money on it that Antonio can still do it. But All those other reasons just stack against it. So no, I do not think we will be getting another Antonio Banderas Zorro movie. Again, I'd be down for it, and if they announced one tomorrow, I'd be happy. But I just think it's extremely unlikely, and we shouldn't get our hopes up for something like that because it ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. All right, here. You know what? Maybe I should have re-manned up before taking on this guy. No, I'll be okay. I got enough. Nice. Okay. All right. Skin, skin, skin. 2 light leathers and time to mana up. Okay. Let's see. Hector Jeter writes, have you seen Last of Us 2 trailer? No, I haven't watched it yet. I know it just came out today. Haven't watched it yet. But, I mean, I also didn't feel like, oh, my God, I got to watch it right now because it doesn't come out for another 5 months. It doesn't come out for another 5 months. But don't get me wrong, I am excited to see the trailer. I am. And I will go to see the trailer. I just haven't watched it yet. Richard Karate writes, with Hawaii Five-0 on at the moment and Padalecki possibly doing Walker, over under 40%, we get an A-Team TV reboot within 5 years. I'll go way under because they already tried. They tried. Remember a couple of years ago? They tried to do a reboot of A-Team, and they did it in a movie form, and they did it with Liam Neeson as Hannibal and Bradley Cooper as Face, and they had Rampage Jackson as Howling Mad Murdoch. They tried to do it, and didn't go over so well. It didn't go over so well. So they already took a kick at the can at the A-Team, so I'm going to guess under 40%. Now, notice, though, I'm not saying zero, Richard. I'm not saying zero. I mean, it's a possibility, but I would say it's a slim possibility, so I will go under 40% on that. Under 40%. Okay. You die. Man, the other good thing about just grinding it out here, I am collecting a lot of leather, which is going to help me when I sell all this crap. It's going to help me a lot when I need to buy new gear. It's going to help me a lot when I need to buy new gear. Okay, we got a couple more werewolf guys. I should probably mana up. You know, first, I'm going to create more water. Now I'm going to sit down and drink one. Let's see. JB Bonifacio writes, what's the least amount of Downton Abbey I need to watch for movie? Asking for a friend, wink, wink. Honestly, I don't think you need to watch any of Downton Abbey's TV show. I really, look, it's like a lot of things. I think you will probably get more out of it. I'm going to go over here. I'm not going to risk drawing 2 guys at once. I think you will get more out of it if you watch some of the show. More out of it. But I think you are completely okay to just watch the show on its own, or just watch the movie on its own. I think there's a few things you'll appreciate a little bit more, maybe a little bit more of an inside jokes you'll get, and all that kind of stuff, maybe. But for the most part, honestly, I think it's set up in such a way that you can just walk into it and watch it clean. But it certainly wouldn't hurt at all to sit down and watch a few episodes of Downton Abbey, the show first. And by the way, it's not bad. A lot of people mock it and whatever, but honestly, it's definitely watchable. I dig the show. I do. I mean, it's not on any of my top favorite show lists by any stretch of the imagination, but it's pretty good. It really is pretty good. Okay. But if you don't want to watch any of the series, you're good to go in clean. I think you're good to go in clean. Let's see. Ben Sultan writes, when Warner Brothers going to do with Static? You mean Static Shock? I don't have any interest in Static Shock. I really don't. So I don't know that there's any big rush from anybody, or anybody feels a real need or draw to do a Static Shock project. But I know some people, I got some friends of mine that are really down for it and really wouldn't mind seeing it. But we'll have to wait and see. But I know right now they don't have any plans for it. At least as far as I know. As far as I know, they don't have any plans for it. But you never know. You never know. Okay. Mrinal Alir writes, did you know in Japan they put ketchup on omelets? Maybe that's one of the reasons I've never availed myself to visiting the land of the rising sun. Yep, never been there. And if that's the case, I might not ever go there. At least if I do, I won't be partaking in any of their breakfast cuisine. Yeah, I don't know what it is, guys. The ketchup on eggs, honestly, I right now, I don't know if my skin tone is changing. I'm feeling physically ill just even thinking about it. Like, I'm not joking around. I get just physically ill even thinking about the notion of ketchup on eggs. I do not feel good. I do not feel good. I hate the notion so much. Let's see here. Casinema Reviews writes, rewatched Stardust last night. So underrated. Dude, I think it is the most underrated movie of the last 20 years. I'm not saying it's the best movie of the last 20 years. Don't get me wrong. But that is a movie that deserves so much attention and gets none of it. It saddens me how many people have never watched Stardust. It is a fabulous, fabulous movie. You got Superman in it. You got Daredevil in it. You got Claire Danes in it. You got Robert De Niro in it. You got Michelle Pfeiffer in it. The cast is stacked, but I've always referred to it as the new Princess Bride. I've always referred to Stardust as the new Princess Bride. And I really do feel that way about it. So I'm going to turn on my AC just so I can get some air going in here. I love that movie, dude. I love that movie. And, that's a level 25 guy. I'm not going to mess with him. I'm just going to keep killing these werewolf guys, getting some leather, getting my experience up. Hopefully get to the point where I'm halfway to leveling up, so I like that. One more blast should kill him. There we go. Yeah, if you haven't watched Stardust, Peter O'Toole is in. If you haven't watched Stardust, my heavens, watch Stardust. Seriously, watch the damn movie. It's so good. Okay. This wolf is level 17, so he's going to be a little harder to kill. Or maybe not. Yeah, not all that hard. Not all that hard. Man, I hope I get a lot of money for this stingy meat stuff I keep collecting off these guys. Where's the stingy meat? Stingy meat. There it is. Lot of stingy meat. Lot of stingy meat. Alright, just gotta keep killing these guys. Okay. Okay. Fireball, death, and you're dead. Alright. Now I'm going to sit down and mana back up after I skin him. Okay. Next up. Richard Karate writes, with Stephanie Beatrice saying she would like to be She-Hulk, I would love to see Sofia Boutella or Gina Carano as She-Hulk. Would you be down for that? No. Fuck no. Fuck no. No. No for either. For Gina Carano, first of all, let's be very clear here. I really like Sofia Boutella. She was recently in Atomic Blonde, and she was pretty good in it. She's pretty good. In a supporting role, she's pretty good. I quite enjoyed her in the last Star Trek movie, too. Again, in a supporting role, pretty good. Not to mention she's sick beautiful. She's she can bring all the physicality. Yeah, that's great. But the show is called She-Hulk. That means it's the lead character. You need somebody who has the acting chops to not just be decent. You need somebody with the acting chops to carry the show. You know? Like in Star Trek, she had all the other cast members that could carry the show, that could carry the movie. In Atomic Blonde, you had one of the greatest actresses in the business today, Charlize Theron, to do the heavy carrying when it comes to the acting. She did, Charlize Theron did all the heavy lifting. And Sofia Boutella was a good addition to the movie, but in the role she was in, a supporting side character, and on that, Sofia Boutella is not a strong enough actress to lead a movie or a show. I don't believe. That's my personal opinion. I don't believe she's at that stage yet. I don't believe she's... And as far as Gina Carano goes, hell no. Hell no. I like Gina Carano. I do. But is she a great actress? No. She can't lead a movie. I don't mind her being in a smaller supporting role. I don't mind that at all. Look at her in Deadpool. I liked her in Deadpool in a small supporting role where she doesn't have to do the heavy lifting acting-wise. I'm totally good with it. But you need an actress with a high-level acting ability. If they're going to be the lead character carrying that show, you need somebody with high-level acting chops. Now, I'm not saying you have to get an Academy Award winner, but I'm not saying you have to get elite A-list acting chops, but you need high-level acting chops. And Sofia Boutella and Gina Carano definitely are not that. I'm not saying Sofia Boutella can't be that someday. I certainly like her. I'm not saying Gina Carano can't be that someday. I certainly like her. But there are a lot of actresses out there that are high-level actresses. And those are the actresses, I believe, that deserve to get this shot. So, yeah, that's... Yes, I know I reacted kind of strongly to that, Richard, but that's my thing. I don't care who gets a role as long as they're strong actors, right? Sofia Boutella ain't that. She's not garbage, and she's a better actress than Gina Carano. And I like her in certain roles and in certain things, but she ain't there. She's not at the point that she can be the lead, that you can put the weight of the shoulder on her, that she can do all the heavy lifting acting-wise for the show. I just don't believe she's anywhere near that point yet. I just don't. And clearly Gina Carano isn't either. And it feels weird saying that because I like both of them very much, but that's just kind of where I'm at. Let's see. Jersey Kid writes, do you think Marvel will ever do one-off stories not connected to the MCU? I'm thinking theatrical films like DCU seems to be doing. I hope so. Like, will Marvel ever do a Joker? Something that's totally separate outside of the MCU. Just a great one-shot story that's not connected to the MCU. I am hoping that Joker... Well, I just hope Joker is great because I want to see a great movie. But I'm hoping Joker has great success because if it does, not only will Warner Brothers and DC be open to doing more one-shot standalone movies, I'm hoping that it will open up Marvel to the possibilities of doing some great creative one-shot standalone movies that you simply can't do if they're connected to the MCU. There's just too many handcuffs. Too many things getting in the way creatively if you want to do them in the MCU. So do them outside of the MCU, and suddenly now you have all the creative freedom in the world. And creative freedom that you simply do not have if they have to be connected to the MCU. So I'm hoping that one of the repercussions of Joker being a big hit and doing well, if it's a big hit and if it does well, and I certainly hope it will, that one of the positive repercussions of that will be that Marvel will have the guts and the balls to go, you know what? Let's make an Iron Man movie with Nathan Fillion, and it's not connected to the MCU, so you don't have to worry about it being in continuity. Let's just make a different sort of origin movie of Iron Man. And not meant to be a new franchise, just a good one-shot story about Iron Man, played by somebody else, right? And give us a different look of Iron Man. And what if Iron Man, had been around in the 1980s? Or I don't know. It just gives you the creative freedom that you can think outside the box like that. Because if you're inside the DCEU, you're very, very confined and very, very limited by what you can do. Because everything has to be in continuity, right? Do it outside of the MCU, all sorts of creative freedom. Now, I'm not saying, remember, whenever I bring up the idea of doing movies outside of the cinematic universe, people panic and go, are you saying abandon the MCU? No, I'm not saying abandon the MCU. I'm saying just try some different stuff. Try something different. Keep the MCU going. Do all your MCU stuff. But maybe just over here on the side, do like a one-shot movie. Maybe like one-shot movie every 2 or 3 years. That sits out, and all the other films all the other 5, 6, 7 films you do in those 2 years are MCU films, but maybe once every 2 or 3 years, do one that's outside of the MCU and is a true standalone film. I just think there's a lot of upside to that, a lot of potential there. That's just me. All right, Casinema Reviews writes, Superman versus Daredevil was very disappointing. Oh, if you're talking about. You're talking about in Stardust, yes, because Henry Cavill and Cox and Cavill are in that. CNC Music Factory, Cox and Cavill are in that together. Superman versus, yes, that was a very disappointing. If what you were looking forward to is that big fight, that was a disappointing one for sure. Okay, let's see here. Fire Blast, soup 'em up. And this, ladies and gentlemen, will be my last kill of the day. I've gotten, I gotten way over halfway to the next level up, which I'm thrilled about. This was much more productive than I thought it was going to be. Much more productive than I thought it was going to be. All right, I'll take it. I'm going to teleport myself back to the main, my hotel, my main base, if you will. Gig Account is saying in the chat, saying, yeah, definitely Marvel will make a standalone movie with the multiverse that's been introduced. I sure hope so. I hate multiverse. I hope they close that off. I hope they close off and wrap up that multiverse nonsense. I don't like that. But, whatever. If they need that to introduce some cool stuff, I'm all for it. Okay, let me see here. I'm going to sell off some stuff here. I'm going to sell the ruined leather. Sharp claws. These teeth actually got me a lot. Way more than I was thinking they would. Sell those leathers. Oh, the stingy meat gets me nothing. Ugh. All right, what else we got up here? Sell these gloves. Sell these medium hides. Broken shield. Stingy beef. More light leather. Another tooth. Hide. Raunchy meat. More light leather. Man, I collected a lot of light leather. Okay. Okay, good. That was beneficial. That was good. All right. Come back down here. I'm going to sit down. And that'll do it, guys. I'm going to wrap that up. That'll be my end. I've got to go get myself ready. I was playing for about 45 minutes. Hey, guys, listen, if you've got some suggestions of other games you'd like to see me play while doing play-in chats, email me at john@thejohncampeashow.com. That's john@thejohncampeashow.com. Send in an email if you've got a recommendation. Remember, not something that's constant action. It has to be a game kind of like Warcraft where I have breaks in between the actions so I can actually interact with you guys in the chat and stuff like that. So keep that in mind. But if you've got a game recommendation you'd like to see me play while playing chat, by all means do that. I'm going to be playing Warcraft for a little bit, but then I'll be looking forward for the next game to play. Okay, guys, I'm going to go off and get ready to go to that screening now. It's down in Hollywood. And Richie is just asking, how do you go on Discord? If you are a Patreon member, you will be getting a notification in the next 48 hours about joining Discord, and all the stuff will be in there. So keep your eyes open for that, Richie. Okay, guys, that'll do it. Thanks so much for being here and hanging out with me while I play. Thanks to all you guys who sent in super chats as well and supported the channel. To all you guys who were just even in the live chat, chatting with each other. Thanks, guys. My name is John Campea, and until next time.